FTB Lag, thank you very much for the hydrates. NJ Gaming, what's happening? Cheers. Hold up. Man, I'm having some issues here with my website. I'll have to look into that after the stream or something. Alright, LeetCode time. Juicy, Oscar, welcome to the party. What's happening, man? Alright, let's see what we got going on. Daily problem. Steven Sagiball. What's happening? Do I play tennis? I do not play tennis. Dang, they're giving us a hard problem. I don't know if we can do this one. Doing homework at 3 a.m. Man, why are you waiting until 3 a.m. to do homework, man? You gotta stop procrastinating. But that's good that you're getting it done. I don't think I'd have stayed up to do my homework. I'd have just taken the L's, man. But I don't think you should do that. Alright, should we at least just read the daily problem and I'll decide whether or not to attempt. Anytime I see hard and I see range and query, I always think it's a dang segment tree problem. But let's read it. XOR after range multiplication queries. You're given an integer array nums of length n and a 2D integer array queries of size q, where queries I equal LR KV. Each query, you multiply the following operations in order. Set the index equal to left, and while the index is less than equal to the right, update nums index equals nums index times v mod prime number, and then set index plus equal to k. Return the bitwise XOR of all elements in nums after processing all queries. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds segment tree-ish, but I don't think I know how to do those problems. I focus on side projects all of the semester, so I'm grinding all day like crazy now. Yeah, well, you're on Twitch, man. You're supposed to be doing your homework. But yeah, grinding. I think having the ability to grind like crazy is good. I don't think you should do it all the time though, but you gotta do it. I think in school is where you do it the most, maybe. Hey, grind a lot with my friends. What kind of grinding are you doing, Steven Sagiball? Grinding is better with other people. That's why you should join Grinder, right? That's where we want jobs, man. They pay a lot. Should we just do elite rooms? Or should I do virtual contests? I don't know these days what to do. Saying you're grinding with other people while named Saggy Balls is crazy. Yeah. Steven Sagiball likes to say things like that. Alright, the last virtual contest I did was 465, like going backwards. So 464, that's the one I need to do. 464. Here we go, man. Oh, hold up. Sir Lord Good, welcome to the party. Alright, I'm about to start virtual contest. GCD of odd and even sums. You're given an integer n. Your task is to compute the GCD of two values. Sum odd is the sum of the smallest n positive odd numbers. Sum even is the sum of the smallest n positive even numbers. Return the GCD of the sum odd and sum even. Man, I don't know GCD problems. I always get scared because I don't really know GCD and LCMs that great. So we gotta get the odd and the evens, right? And then from what? So from the smallest odds, I guess, n equal 4. So int I equals 0. So even starts at 2, and odd starts at 1. Is this a silly way to do this? Who knows? And then I'll just increment both by 2. And then they want what? The GCD of those two things? Is that all they're asking? Okay, I calculated. I have $40,000 in Pokemon cards. Hey, when you say have those Pokemon cards, you have the physical card like in your possession, or what? I was being tortured by sliding window problems. Sir Lord Good, do you want to do some sliding window problems? Maybe. I mean, I'm doing this virtual contest, but after this contest, hey, Hepta5, what's happening, man? Somebody here just got a job at Salesforce, I think. I was about to give my 2 weeks notice on April 22nd, but I got a ton of RSU refreshers. Dang, you got them golden handcuffs, man. You just gotta ride it out, or at some point, man, is more money worth it? You know, you gotta ask yourself that. I don't know your financial situation or your life goals or anything, but it's like the way, hold on. I want to talk about this in a second because I think I have some maybe slightly weird views on that. But I just want to miss messages from people. Who's sending messages? Steven Sagaball talking about $30,000 in Pokemon cards. Sign window can be tricky. I used to get caught up in like where to make the end pointer. Yeah. Past few days I've been grinding sliding window and binary search problems, and they go from easy to pretty hard. Yes. Off by ones are a big problem in both of those problems. Sliding windows and binary search problems. Talk about it. Alright. I forget what we were talking about though, man. Salesforce engineering is second rate. Oh yeah, about the whole thing about you deciding to stay because they give you some good money and whatever. Like, I don't know how much money you got saved up. I don't know anything. But man, you know what I felt? Like what made me leave and leave all that money and stuff behind? I felt like if I took the money It's kind of like saying, yeah, you're right. You can pay me to give up. You can pay me this money and I'll give up my dreams and everything. It's like I felt like a sellout. Is basically what I'm trying to say, man. So I'm pretty sure you already have some good savings. So if they're just gonna sprinkle a little bit more on top and you already hate your job, I'd say, man, that's like selling out to your own or selling out, and it's your own life, but whatever. Maybe take a break, but maybe that's also reckless in this type of stuff. Should have done both. I don't think I have time to do both, man. What are dreams? My dream is to catch a gazelle in the wild with my bare claws, bare hands, or whatever. Anyways, should I do Q2? I'm working 2 jobs right now. Dang. What kind of jobs? Sarah can feed me McDonald's. McDonald's is expensive these days. My dream is to have a family. Do you have a certain age in mind, Steven Sagaball? If you want a family, man, you better stop focus on Pokemon cards and trying to go find somebody to have a family with. All right, let me read Q2, man. Let me read the Q2 real quick. I could afford it. Yeah, for sure you can afford a family, man. There are literally millions of families that combined make less than you, Steven Sagaball. And they're able to get by. That's what my mom told me when I was complaining about money. She's like, what the hell, man? You know how many people out there with way less money and they're able to find a way? The woman don't find LeetCode attractive, says who? Burger is 65 cents here? That's a good price for a burger. Here they're like $1, $2 or something. Maybe if I get enough Pokemon cards, you get a family. Anyways, let me read this problem. Partition array into k distinct groups. You're given an integer array nums and an integer k. Your task is to determine whether it is possible to partition all elements of nums into one or more groups such that each group contains exactly k elements. All elements in each group are distinct. Each element in nums must be assigned to exactly one group. Return true if such a partition is possible, otherwise return false. What? Example 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, k equals 2. So we need a group that contains k elements. Alright, so groups of k. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. They're $20. Not. I don't know how much McDonald's is over there these days, but it's been pricey for a long time. But I feel recently they've been offering this Mac value menu, and it's super affordable. It's like drink double Mac double small fry for like $5 or less. Not Mac Value, man. They have, let me see. I don't know. It's in Canada. I don't know if it's in the US. Not include, let me see. I don't know, dox myself. Look. It's McDonald's Canada. Let me see if it's in the USA. Yeah, look. Introducing. Well, I don't know, man. I don't want to do like advertising for McDonald's right now. I guess I already just did advertising for McDonald's, but I don't do it anymore. McDonald's in Canada has poutine. Have you tried it? Yeah, it sucks. Why are you in Canada? Because it's nice here. Thought you're in Mexico? Nah, I'm not in Mexico, man. I should be able to eat McDonald's as much as I want. I guess. I feel I grew up on McDonald's, man. All right. What is this problem asking? What partition? Exactly k elements. Elements are distinct. So that means we need at least k. K things, right? All right, here's what I think. We need to have the size mod k equals 0. Wait, is that true? Yes, I think that's true. We need to make sure each frequency is also less than equal to k. So let me go ahead and count those numbers. Wait, what am I checking? If this frequency is greater than k, it's bad. And then what else do we need to check, man? Is that it? I'm not sure, but I can't really think of anything else right now. So true, true, false. Should I send that, man? Let me think for a few more seconds. All elements in each group are distinct. Yes. Each group contains exactly k. That's taken care of by that. Elements are distinct. That's taken care of by that. And each element in nums must be... Yeah. All right, I'm going to send it. Why? I guess he... Oh, wait. See, this is a weird edge case that they didn't really say. But I guess they're saying that we need this map size to be no. Wait, why is that wrong? They have bagged milk in Canada? Yes, they do. They also have regular ass milk. I thought they only had bagged milk, but I guess I was wrong. I grew up on it too. That ain't a good thing. What do you mean that ain't a good thing, man? McDonald's was really affordable when I was growing up, man. Used to be the dollar menu was bumping. You could get a double cheeseburger and a McChicken for $2. I want to go back to Japan. Koreans are so hot. Do they have good syrup in Canada? What are you talking about, Steven Sagaball? They got maple syrup. Bagged milk. Milk comes in a plastic bag up here. And you need a milk jug to put your bag of milk in. But I don't drink milk, so I don't have any milk. Unless it's oat milk. Put those in my smoothies sometimes. Actually, I was in Canada on a layover. Hold on, why can't this work though, man? Because these can be one element in each group. Oh wait, 3 elements. I see why. Because 3 elements in the same group. So this check, how much can you bench? I don't know, man. Not much. Best Latino streamer. I don't know about that. Alright, so we need at least 3 things in there. So this would catch that. If this size is less than K, then we're in trouble. That would catch this test case, but would it catch all of them? Uncertain. But I must send it anyways. Ugh, I had a feeling it wouldn't catch them all. Man, it's one of them tricky problems with so many edge cases. I found out today apparently I'm like 46% Native American. Hey, does that mean you can get $50,000 a year? Or I remember growing up, I used to always hear that, like, if you're of Native American ancestry, you get paid like 50 G's for chilling. I think I'm like 2% Native American or something, maybe 1%. Looks into it, I might be able to get into a tribe. What kind of tribe? Are you like a Navajo or something? Think you have to live in a reservation to get the money? Yeah, maybe you don't want to live in the reservation though, man. I don't know how they are everywhere, but I've heard, I think in Canada, they have some problems because I guess everybody gets paid and then they just drink alcohol and stuff. On some of the reservations. I don't know how it is out on all of them though. I'm Navajo. Dang, derp sauce. That's cool. I would love that I get paid and don't have to work. Yeah. I've never been on a reservation unless... No, I think some places in Florida, like, they have the casinos on those reservations, or you go there to buy cigarettes and they don't pay tax, you know, or something like that. No free college or payouts for us? For Navajos? Dang. The Grand Canyon is a reservation? Interesting. I guess I have been on a reservation. Yeah, I don't even know how many tribes there are. There's Navajos. Let me try and name all the ones I know. Cherokees. Seminoles. There must be more. That's all I know, man. Not very informed. Anyways, let me think. This one, it's saying true. K equals 1. So why am I saying false? Because the frequency is more than K. So, okay. Actually, this is wrong. It should be the frequency is more than n divided by k. Yeah, you want... What tribe? Hey, how do you know your however many percent DNA? Doesn't it tell you, like, break it down by tribe or something? Or no, it just tells Native American. Your sister took the test. I see. Yeah, my auntie took one of those tests, and she was like 2% or 3%, like Native American in the Caribbean. All right, true. All right, I'm gonna send this. Never took the test because they break your confidentiality to test your DNA against crime stuff, man. Yeah, I guess that's kind of scary. Even though I've never committed any crimes like that, man. But still, what if they get like a false match or some shit? Or that's all right. Q3 jump game 9. You're given an integer array nums. From any index I, you can jump to another index j under the following rules. Jump to index j where j is greater than I is allowed only if nums j is less than nums I. Jump to index j where j is less than I is only allowed if nums j is greater than I. I see. For each index I, find the maximum value in nums that can be reached by following any sequence of valid jumps starting at I. Return an array ants where ant size is the maximum value reachable starting from index I. What do you mean like that? What kind of crimes have you committed? None, obviously. Come on now. Maybe I've sped one time. Maybe I jaywalked once. That's about it. All right. I don't know how to do this. 10 to the 5th, 100,000 elements. From any index, you can jump to another index following those rules. I mean, do I just do... Are they just asking me for my... It's just a DP problem, but man, based on how many people got accepted, it's not that straightforward. So if j is greater than I can jump there if the number is less than I. And if I want to jump back, then the number has to be... So I can jump backwards to larger numbers, and I can jump forward to smaller numbers. And I want to find the maximum value in nums that can be reached. So let's take a look and try and break this problem down and see if we can come up with a dang solution. Here's the example. 213. And they say the answer is 223. So at every index, you can jump. Let me put the indices here. So you can jump to any number less? How? Wait. The maximum value in nums that can be reached. Oh, I see. The max. This says this is not the maximum index you can reach, but the maximum value that you can reach. So any number to the right, smaller, and bigger to the left. That means we can't get to index 3. So that would be a 2, 2, and 3. Because we start at that index. Okay. Should we look at more examples or... Alright, my mind is going towards maybe it's a monotonic stack queue question, but I'm not sure how yet. Maybe it's something else. I need to look at some more examples. I'd say I haven't picked up on any particular thing yet. Alright, so here's another example. And they say the answer is 333. So any number, we can jump to a number smaller to the right. So we can jump from 2 to 1. And we can jump to any number bigger on the left. So then from the 1 we can get to the 3. The 3, we already started at 3, so it's 3. And then the 1, we can go left to 3, and that's 3. Is it a stack problem, or is it some type of DFS problem and connected components problem? But then how would you know what the edges are? So for every index, the neighbors would be all the numbers greater to the right and all the numbers smaller to the... No, all the small numbers smaller to the left. No. Smaller to the right, greater to the left. And at each index, I just visit those things. But I don't have to visit each one all the time, because once I visit one, I can cache the results and remember the maximum value. Let's see. Interesting, but why C++? Open 8 and what's happened? Because C++ is the only language I really know enough to do LeetCode problems in. Alright, let's see. What am I thinking here? If I had DFS, alright, how would I get the neighbors? Can I just say... I don't know how to find the neighbors here, because all numbers smaller, maybe it's something, maybe I have to run one DFS like going left and then one going right. Not sure. QWERTY, un8ish, and un-h, what's happened? From YouTube. Once I master LeetCode in Python, I'll switch to C++. Why? I mean, I don't know if I would switch if I mastered it in one language. I don't think I'll ever master LeetCode either. Alright, how can I find all numbers smaller to the left? A monotonic stack, right? So if I went from right to left, wait, I don't know if that's true, but I want to explore it a little bit. Let me erase this stuff. So if I start here, I don't know if it should be stack or queue, but let's say I put 1 and then I go to this index. I'm trying to find all the numbers smaller to the left. maybe put the 1 in. Maybe a deck? No, maybe... I don't know what to do, man. Let me think of anything else. Can I think of... Too hard. But I feel like this one is within my range. I just need to make some key observation or something. Feel it should be... It's already like a tool I know how to use. So I'd give it more thoughts. Any number to the right, that is smaller. Any number to the left, that is larger. Let me think about the other way. Instead of from the right, let me think about larger to the left. So if I'm here, there's nothing in stack. That means there's nothing larger to the left. Can't go there. And then I go to the next index. Now 2 is in our stack. Now the top of this stack is smaller. No, I don't know. I don't know how to do this with stacks. All right, let me try and think about some other thing besides monotonic stacks and queues, even though I think it's probably something to do with it, but I feel maybe I'm just trying to force it in. What else can we do here, man? Maximum value reachable. Simon, if I have 5 years of experience, can my resume be of more than 1 page? I guess it can be, but I wouldn't want to. I'd say resume more than 1 page. If you're trying to be some kind of super high position, man, I don't think you need more than 1 page to describe 5 years of work. I'd try and keep it below. Or I'd try and keep it on 1 page. MidnightSimon.com. Yeah, it's not working right now, man. I don't know why. I have to look into it. I didn't want to do it while I'm on stream, though. But thank you for letting me know. During your grind days, how many hours were you doing? I was doing about 45, maybe 50 hours a week. It wasn't like a crazy grind. Well, I mean, I didn't have a job, but it wasn't like all day, every day, man. I had a nice schedule and I had a lot of breaks. My schedule was 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. 2 sessions per day, Monday through Friday. And then on weekends, I do about 4 hours, 4.5 hours in one sitting on Saturday, and then 3 hours on Sunday. So how much is that? I don't know. and then maybe a couple hours here and there, and those were my stream times, and then I did a couple hours like off stream. So very rarely did I hit 50 hours. I'd say I was more towards 45 hours a week. Let me see if I can bring up the website. Do you do them by topic? Yes, for sure. I did them by topic. All right, there we go. I had to restart something, man. I don't know why it's tripping. All right, Q3 here. I don't know if I can solve it, man. I've been thinking and I don't have any good ideas. So num's I is up to 1 billion. We need to know what's left and what's right. All right, I guess let me peek at Q4. Nah, I'm not even gonna try because only 300 people got it, and I know that's probably beyond my skill level. Let's check out Zero Track first. Dang, 2187. That's what it's rated. I'm gonna peek to see if I can get some hints here. Think of array as directed graph where edges represent valid jumps. Okay. So I was thinking about DFS as well as the monotonic things, but I couldn't figure out how to connect these edges in less than n squared, or even n, yeah, maybe n squared. So I don't know how to connect them. So I need a list of all the numbers greater to the right, all the numbers, no, smaller to the right, greater to the left. Yeah, forward jumps only go to smaller values, backward jumps only to larger values. The maximum reachable value is the maximum value in the connected component reachable under these jump rules. Yes, I think I've made all of these observations. I just don't know how to implement. You can find connected ranges by looking at prefix maximums and suffix minimums. What? This is crazy. Cut happens where all values to the left are less than equal to all values to the right. Let me think about this. Prefix max and suffix mins. So that means, let's look at example 2. This is 2, 3, 1. The prefix maximums would be 2, 3, 3. And the suffix mins would be 1, 1, 1. Is that what they're saying? A cut happens where all values to the left are less than equal to all values to the right. I don't know what that means. Too hard for me. A. Weiss. Look at that. Bro explanation. What's happened from YouTube? How do I start LeetCode as a journey? I think it depends on what your skill level is as a developer or programmer, or if you're into math, or if you have any experience with this type of stuff. And say if you have absolutely no experience with programming or math or anything, your first step is to learn how to program. If you already know how to program, I'd say you need to learn about data structures. If you already know about data structures, then maybe you can just start practicing implementing algorithms topic by topic, I'd say. And then just grind those out. Once you hit all the topics, it should take you several months to get through each one. You'll have a good foundation, and then you can start training random problems. And then that should also take you several months, maybe several years. And that's the journey I took. I'm on year 6 in my journey. I hate the math style questions, man. I need to get better at them. Yeah, math is probably one of my weaker topics. All right, let's hear what A. Weiss has to say. Flip I and J in the second condition. Then the statement reads, jump from I to J. Right. A. Weiss is too smart for me, man. All right. Problem's too hard. Backgrounds or 444. What's happening? It takes me solving something a couple times before it really sticks. Yeah, same here, man. Either that, or if I really spent many hours on a single problem and I was struggling, and then I had some type of crazy breakthrough, then it's like hard for me to forget that. All right, who said there's doing slide-in window, man? Was it Sir Lord Good? Were you doing sliding window problems? All right, let's do some sliding window problems, man. Sliding window. 45 minutes, easies and mediums. Sliding window and binary search problems. All right. We don't want easies. We only want mediums. All right, here we go. Leet rooms. Skills, Python, JavaScript, database, web development, full stack, Rust, Go, and much more. All right, so you know how to program then. All you need to do is practice LeetCode then, man. One topic at a time. Get through everything. Like right now, we're targeting sliding window problems and binary search problems. All you gotta do is do. That's right, man. There's no secrets to it. It's just like, you know exactly what you gotta do to get fit, man. You gotta hit the gym and you gotta just exercise. I don't think it really matters too much unless you're trying to like hyper optimize. But the key is just, you gotta do it, man. You gotta lift the weights and you gotta be active. Same thing with LeetCode. You just gotta practice. You gotta show up every day and you gotta put in the time. At this point, like, it's public knowledge, the journey. I think there's so much information out there. There's so many tutorials and educational resources and stories and guides, and the whole journey is well documented by like thousands of people online. So I think you know what you got to do, man. You just got to do it. Ain't nothing to do but to do it. That's what Ronnie Coleman says. Hadn't seen this LeetCode quest thing yet. Is it good? I'm not sure if it's good. You're on your phone? Alright, Sir Lord, good, no problem. I'll still do the problems. What do we have? Maximum value at a given index in a bounded array. Search in a rotated sorted array. Ew, this problem is tough for me, even today. Maximum number of occurrences of a substring and sum of mutated array closest to target. Which one? Should I just try from the first one? You're given 3 positive integers, n, index, and max sum. You want to construct an array nums 0 index that satisfies the following conditions. Nums length is equal to n. Nums I is a positive integer where I is within bounds. And the difference between two numbers next to each other is less than equal to 1. And the sum of all elements is num in nums does not exceed the maximum sum. And nums I index is maximized. And this problem sounds hard. But I've solved it apparently. But it took me a lot of effort, man. I don't know if I can solve it right now. All right, let me not start with this one. I need to build up my confidence first. Let me see what else we got in here. Dang, they're all hard. All right, let me start with the classic. Search in rotated sorted array. There is an integer array nums sorted in ascending order with distinct values. Prior to being passed to your function, nums is possibly left rotated at an unknown index k, such that the resulting array is Type Blazer championship race time. Happens so often. Like, when did I solve that? Yeah. When you've been doing this thing for a year, it's like you forget everything all the time. Dang, it's the first time I've ever seen 2 things on here for the live Twitch thing. So Type Blazer championship race starts in 1 minute 30 seconds. That's what I'll do. And then I'll attempt this search in a rotated sorted array. Link. Here's the link, but you gotta register for the website in order to participate in the championship race. They have a championship race every hour on the hour. And we'll see who's gonna win. If Ricky Wong shows up, for sure he's gonna win. Man, let me see when I solved this problem. Ooh, it's been a while, man. 2 years since I did this problem, and it's always been a struggle. Hector HSC, thank you very much for the bits. Let me see if I can do this real quick before the race starts. Thank you so much, Hector. All right, here we go. All right, easy work. 60 WPMs. 100 Blazer bucks. We're bonding over how difficult LeetCode is. Yeah. Trauma bonding. One more. Man, we just maybe in a bit. Let me try and do this problem. So, all right, they say the rotated thing goes from k plus 1 to the end, and then num 0. So it's like, I see. So the smallest number is somewhere in there. Given the array nums, after the possible rotation of an integer target, return the index of target if it is in nums, or -1 if it is not in nums. You must write an algorithm with a log n runtime complexity. How many months in from 0 would you say you finally felt like you were on some solid footing and knew what you were coding? I'd say there's been many times. I think the first time I ever felt that was probably 2 months in, but not solid footing on every topic, only on the topics that I practice, because I didn't really know much about graphs or like tries or even like priority queues. I wasn't sure how to use them, but I felt comfortable with like some sliding window, some binary search stuff early on. And maybe about six months in before I felt comfortable with like all the topics. Months per topic? No, I wouldn't say per topic. Maybe, because man, there's like, I don't know how many topics. I'd say there's probably like 25 different topics out there. I'd say maybe a good week or so per topic would get you some good foundations, you know. I also struggle with matrix questions. Yeah, matrix questions could be a wide range of different topics too. Just because it's a 2D matrix, it could be a BFS problem, it could be DP problems. They have like 2D prefix sum problems. Some matrices, I guess, are graph problems because they do kind of represent a graph with edges. Lotus Hakim, what's happening? Welcome to the party. All right, rotate and search in rotated sorted array. So we gotta find where the rotation is, I think. And then maybe we can just do a binary search on each section, you know. So if the cut, like, let's look at example 1. Like here we can see this is the cut. So if we can find this cut, then we can just do a binary search from here and then a binary search from there. And whichever one is the value that's... Wait, can we do it? What do we have to return? Return the index of the targets. Yeah, I guess we can do that still. Feels like learning magic spells, like this and that spell fixes this and that problem. Yeah, I guess you can call it magic spells. And you gotta type the spell for it to cast. All right, so how do you find where it's rotated? think that's the first thing. So if we binary searched, what are we looking for? Let me put these indices above the elements. So if we chose some index, let's say we chose 6, and I guess 6, all right, 6 is greater than 4, so we must be in the left side of the array, right? So if we're in the left side, that means the breaking point is somewhere to the right. So we'll probably want to choose an index somewhere to the right. So that's when we'll bring up our left pointer. Let me put some L's and R's to represent the binary search range. So here, if we chose this as our midpoint, which it wouldn't be, I'm just choosing arbitrary index, then we bring it up to left, and then we binary search or choose a midpoint here. Let's say it lands on the 0. How do we know that we're in the right or the left? I guess 0 is less than the first number, so that means we're in the right side of the thing. So if we're in the right side, maybe I want to remember that index, and then we move the right pointer there, and then now we binary search, we find our midpoint, and then let's say it's 7. And now 7 is greater, so we're in the left side, so that means we want to move right. So we bring up our left thing, and then our midpoint. I don't know how it chooses a midpoint. Maybe it chooses this again. Either way, and then maybe we only keep track of the index when it's in the right side, and eventually the left and the rights will be like that, and that will be the index of the beginning. All right, I think we can try this, man. So here we go. The Boys new season episode 1 and 2 just dropped. I don't know what The Boys is, man. So we're gonna try and binary search to find this thing. So our left and right pointers start at both ends of my array. And then I will say binary search time. When I'm doing my binary search, I think you have to choose a template. Some people like to do like that. Some people like to do like this. I think it doesn't really matter. You should just choose one and stick with it, because depending on which one you choose, your implementation might be slightly different. So whenever I do mine, I like to do less than equal to, and then I have to remember like the best variable or whatever. So actually the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say if the first element in nums is less than the last element, that means it's already in sorted order and there's no rotation. And I can just return a binary search or something, like a regular binary search. All right, let me finish this part, and then I'll implement my binary search to find the index in an array given L and R's or something, right? So I should call this OG start, maybe. So my midpoint is going to be, what is my midpoint, man? L plus R minus L over 2. And then what do we do with the midpoint? We check if the midpoint that we choose is less than the beginning, is less than the first number, then we're in the right side. And if it's greater than the first number, then we're in the left side. So if nums m is greater than nums 0, that means left half. And then we want to move L equal to m plus 1. Otherwise, can we have duplicates in here? Distinct values. Okay, so otherwise, if nums m is less than nums 0, we're in the right side. And then I'll say this is m, and then we'll bring the right side like that. So after this runs, we should find the original start, I think. And then from here, we'll just binary search like, I don't know, 0 to OG start minus 1. Something like that. So I have to like implement these functions and call them properly. Anyways, hold up. Where are we at? Where are we at? All right, let me implement this binary search thing. So it's gonna take in a left and a right. And how's it gonna be, man? We're just looking for that number. So again, less than equal to R. This one is easy because it's just like searching for a number in the thing. So our midpoint is our L plus R minus L. In other languages, you can do like L plus R divided by 2, like in Python. But in C++, you got to do this weird thing to prevent an overflow. I guess you don't have to do it here because the length isn't that long. But I just do it like this because of good habits. Why is LeetCode runtime results so all over the place? I guess there's a lot of variance in the machines, the current load that they're under, and hardware specs and things like that. If it's, you know, it doesn't always run on the same exact machine. So that's probably why the specs are, or the results are all over the place. Wait, all right, what am I doing? We're gonna say if nums m is equal to the target, then we should just return that. Otherwise, if we're less than the target, that means we need to search right. So we'll bring up the left pointer. And then if it's greater than the target, that means we've gone too far and we need to bring it back down. So wherever we are, we bring the right pointer behind. All right, so this is saying if it's already sorted, we can just binary search it. And then here we have to be like, if this, wait, what should I say? So if this, then return that. All right, let me see, man. I don't know if I can solve this problem in one shot because there's a lot of places something could go wrong. Like right here. I don't even think I finished implementing this, man. Did I? OG start? Yeah, I guess I did. Only one way to find out. I'm gonna just hit run. Come on, man. All right, that's just a little typo. That don't count, man. And it's been how long since it's been 2 years since I solved this problem. Uh-oh. Oh, is this an edge case for me? Let's see. Should I just... All right, let me try again. All right, I have something wrong, clearly. Like, I don't think I needed to hard code this part because I think there's a bug in my code. So where could it be, man? So my left and my right. The target is 0. M. So L 0, R 1. 1 divided by 2 is 0. So if this is greater than that, which is, I see. Maybe that should be greater than equal to that. All right, there we go. Not bad, man. Not bad. Just one little bug. I'd say I should have seen that, but I was able to see it without print statements. All right, are we ready to do another one, man? You're really good? Nah, I've done this problem a few times, but I think I've gotten better over the years with organizing my thoughts and my implementation. So, but man, binary search is one of the things that I think I can implement relatively well compared to, like, say, my sliding window. I think my sliding window is not that great. I think I used to like my sliding window, but these days I think it's, I would like to redo and relearn sliding window. All right, let's see what else we got. My DP is not that great. Yeah, DP can be tough for sure. It took me, I wasn't comfortable doing DP problems until maybe almost 2 years in before I worked up the courage to work on it. Only topic I kind of solidified was linked lists. Linked list problems still give me trouble. They're just such a pain in the ass to implement, like, accurately. All right, what should we try next? Should we try this one? I attempted it when? I attempted this one in 2019. Let's see if I can do it 7 years later. Well, I guess 6.5. Come on, man. What's that? Maximum number of occurrences of a substring. Given a string S, return the maximum number of occurrences of any substring under the following rules. The number of unique characters in the substring must be less than or equal to max letters The substring size must be between min size and max size inclusive. What? Any substring under the rules. Number of maximum unique characters in the substring. Okay, so sliding window is I mean, I already know the topics are binary search or sliding window, but my mind is immediately going to sliding window. Because substrings, max letters, and then the size must be between min size and max size inclusive. So when it's all right, whenever I see a problem that asks for it needs to be between some range, like min size, max size, I always try to think about calculating two separate values. Like, pretend the problem didn't ask for a range. Oh shit, what was that noise? Something fell upstairs. Should I go look? It's probably alright. Alright, what was I saying? Oh yeah. When a problem asks to find some number between a range like min size and max size like this, I always think maybe maybe we can do the problem twice and pretend the problem asks how many things under the max size and then how many things under the min size. And then you just take the difference between those to find in that range. So that's like a trick that I like to think about. Don't live in Oakland anymore, so you're probably alright. Yeah, probably alright, man. Alright, here we go, man. So, example 1. Let's look. A, B, blah, blah, blah. So max size is 4, and that's the number of unique characters. Or max letters is 2. So I think for this we have to keep a map. Maybe an unordered map is okay. An account. And then I guess let me do a little thing like that. And we're doing a sliding window, so Opem 8. That keyboard was fire? What do you mean? You like the noise the keyboard makes? Alright, here's what I'm envisioning. So we grow our window if the size of the map is less than max letters. So right now it is. So we process the right, so processing it. Max letters is 2, so we still can have more. So we process this one, increment the A. Still, the size is less than 2, so we process one more. Then we got a new entry. We're still good, so we can process more, I guess. And A3, and we keep going. B, and then C. Now our thing is too big. So that means we gotta start incrementing our left pointer. So as we increment the left, we decrement the letters. So we still need to decrement because our size is still greater than the max. And then here we decrement to 0, and then if it's 0 in C++, it's actually still an entry in the map. So to get around this, you can either use a multi-map, which is a different data structure, or you can do some bootleg stuff like what I like to do. If the thing reaches 0, I completely erase it from the map. And then now our thing is less than equal to max letters, so we can start growing again. And then we put an A in there again. Now our thing is big, so we gotta shrink it. So we drop the B, and then it's good, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to try and implement that. And we're going to solve this. We're going to make it, wait, max size. What's max size? Oh, the substring size must be between that and that. So maybe I'm overcomplicating it. Maybe we can just run it window size 4 with max letters 2. Let me think. Q Ultimus. What's poppin', man? How's the LeetCode? It's going all right, I guess. All right, let me try and implement. Here, if you want to join me, Q, there's the Leet rooms. Man, I said all that junk about solving this problem. Now I don't know if that's the way I'm gonna solve it. So max size. Yeah. We find, oh, it's max size. So we find all the sizes. Yeah, we're good. So here we go. What was I trying to do, man? This is my wax sliding window. So I'm incrementing the count in the, oh, this is not an int, this is a char. What am I doing here now? I'm trying to say, oh, I should make this into a function, man. All right, what are we doing? We're trying to say, yeah, I'm gonna just call it size. So while the thing is bigger, that's when we gotta do the left pointer shrinking stuff. So this is what I'm saying, man. I decrement it in here, and then if it gets to 0, then I erase it. But maybe not only that, maybe while it's larger or the size of the substring is greater than the max size. No. Wait. Max letters doesn't change. So that one should be max letters, and that one should be the size. All right. And now, it's an int. Now I guess if we make it right here, then we're good. And I just increment ret. Wait, return the maximum number of occurrences of any substring. Max, man, how did I do that? Let me think, actually. Do I use a deck? Is that how you... I actually don't know if I can solve this, but I should be able to. So a deck... No. Let me think.
Am I allowed to spam the TTS with emojis on my resubscription announcement thingy? Like, can I just write front-facing baby chick emoji, front-facing baby chick emoji, front-facing baby chick emoji, front-facing baby chick emoji?
Man, come on, don't defense.
Front-facing baby chick emoji, front-facing baby chick.
How do you turn that shit off, man?
Chick emoji for lots of the streams, but them streamers skip it. Can you skip TTS? Front-facing baby chick emoji, front-facing baby chick emoji, front-facing.
Hey, I'm sure I can skip it somehow.
Chick emoji, front-facing baby chick emoji.
I don't know. Maybe I should learn how to do those things. I guess I could have just muted the Twitch alerts or something. Anyways, thank you very much. Don't defense. Can't believe you just did that, man. I should just click on your name. But I'll type it out because I know you like when I type it. Alright, don't defense. Thank you very much, man. Alright, how do I solve this dang thing? Oh, the max letters is... So maybe it's telling me that the sizes aren't so big, so man, I thought I could solve it. Now I'm second guessing. Bones Dog, what's poppin'? Watching you LeetCode makes me want to give it a shot. My brain needs to unsmooth itself from AI coding so much. Yeah, it's not bad to do a little bit of LeetCode every now and then. I think it's quite fun in small doses. Sometimes it's frustrating though. Any specific lists you're doing these days? Nah, I just do random problems, man. But I gotta work on my own list. One day it will come. I've been saying this for years, man, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna come one day. One day this year. Probably sooner than later. Need that Simon. It's gonna be, I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but it's gonna be something. The Algo Blazer 25 topics you need to study or something. 25 topics with 6 problems each. I guess that's 150, you know. All right. Hey Q, are you working on anything, man? What are you doing? Hanging out? Think about how oh Q1, I skipped that, man. Q1 looked too hard. I did Q2 first to warm up, just to see if I could do it. It's been a long time since I did that problem. Working on some Blender. Interesting. Think of Q1 to binary search, then get the sum. I don't even know what Q1 is asking, but I thought it looked a little bit hard. Alright, man. Let me see. So yeah, I'm gonna just, I need to find the substring, not like how many substrings, but the most frequent one. So I don't know actually how to do that. Maybe it means that I do it 26 times and then I just do the prefix sums of that. Is that overkill? So like even if I did that, man, how do I build a string to count this, like which substring? I think I'm struggling with how do I count the substrings, because every time I try and do some substring thing in C++, it always times out, man. Oh, excuse me. Dang. Got me sneezing in here. All right, let me think a little bit more. Bless you. Thank you, Sobs. I'm trying to solve an easy array problem, but feeling lost and tired. Yeah, I get like that sometimes. Anytime I get really low on brain juice and motivation, I just take a little break. Depending on how long I've been studying, determines like the length of break. If I just started, or if it's been like an hour or less, maybe like 5-minute, 10-minute break is good. If it's like a few hours, I'll take a few hours break, or just stop for the night. But I don't know, I think, man, the max letters and the size of 26 makes me feel like I should do a thing of 26 times. And then ignore my message? What are you talking about? Oh, which one is easiest from 4? I'll try. Q2 is the easiest, I'd say. The rotates, search in a rotated sorted array. All right, I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try this. Well, no, what am I gonna try, man? Lethal error. What's happened? LeetCode is so soul crushing. Yeah, in the beginning, for sure it is. And maybe even right now for me. At least this problem. 6 years later, I still don't know how to solve it. Let me erase this. I don't think this is right, whatever I'm doing. I'm gonna try to so it has to be between a certain size. Let me think. I timed out? Wait, what do you mean? Imagine people who do, yeah, the people who do code forces though, but they have background in competitive programming. I think I'd be a lot better at LeetCode if I started earlier and if I did, yeah, I think if I just started earlier and I learned like the harder algorithms in my youth. Oh, you mean the Leet Room's time is up? Yeah, these problems are a little bit hard, man. Even this one, it's giving me some trouble. How much time do you give yourself before looking at a solution? Depends on the problem, but usually within an hour, I'm looking at the solution. If I have absolutely no idea, and then I think about it for 10 more minutes, and I have still zero idea, maybe I'll peek. But I don't always just look at all the solutions. Sometimes I'll look at the hints like that. Sometimes I'll look at the solutions tab, but I won't click on somebody's thing. I'll just look at like the topic. Greedy approach, sliding window. I'm like, all right, let me try something like that, you know. And then as like my final thing, I'll actually read code. But I'd say I rarely read codes for solutions. I have to be like super ultra stuck and really frustrated and want to figure out how to solve it. Usually I just forget about it and move on with my life. I try 15 minutes, but sometimes I have no idea how to do a problem. If you have no idea how to do it, chances are, well, it depends on your studies. If you're still learning the topics and you just did some random problem, sometimes it's a topic that you haven't studied yet. And so like for a long time, I skipped all DP problems. If it was a DP problem, I wouldn't even attempt it, man. Because I used to read that like companies never ask DP problems in interviews. So I was like, I don't see the point in studying DP if it will not get asked. But I think these days they do ask DP problems, man. AI knows all the solutions. Yeah, AI knows all the solutions. But it is what it is. All right. What are we doing now, man? Should we do another Elite Rooms or maybe something else? Contest? Nah, it's too late for another contest, man. Struggling with LeetCode. Should I do one of those lists? Try to attempt hard DP math? Nah, man, it's crazy. I'm not trying to torture myself. Let me see what LeetCode has to offer. Kind of tired. Strivers list? I've never done it. I know about it, but Does he have just a list? I guess this is the list, huh? There's too many buttons to click. So many buttons to click on this thing. And we do all these sliding window problems. These are quite, I think I can do these for sure, man. I don't know if I want to do them. Greedy problems. Should I do some zero tracks, man? That's how I used to train. I haven't done zero tracks in a long time. So I think my contest rating is probably like 1900 or so. So let's do 1800 to 2000. 1940. Alright, this is how I used to select the problems I'd try and do. Either of these three. Maybe I'll try this one. Minimum limit of balls in bag. Already solved it. Let me see. Of these three, I've only solved that one. Let me see when I solved it. 4 years ago. Let me try it again. 4 years later. Alright, minimum limit of balls in a bag. You're given an integer array nums where the ith bag contains nums I balls. You're also given an integer max operations. You can perform the following operation at most max operations times. Take any bag of balls and divide it into 2 new bags with a positive number of balls. For example, a bag of 5 balls can become 2 new bags of 1 and 4 balls, or 2 new bags of 2 and 3 balls. Your penalty is the maximum number of balls in a bag. You want to minimize your penalty after the operations. Return the minimum possible penalty after performing the operations. LeetCode is an evil leprechaun asking tricky riddles. I don't think they're riddles, man. They're puzzles. But puzzles that you can solve with, algorithms knowledge. Too many balls. Maybe a little bit. Alright, let's see. They're kind of like riddles? I don't think so. Some of them maybe are riddlish, but a lot of them are, I wouldn't categorize them as riddles. But what is a riddle, man? To me, a riddle is, I guess, to me, who cares? There's like an official definition of what a riddle is, I suppose. But I don't really know what it is. Alright, what are we trying to do here? So, take any bag of balls, divide it into 2 new bags. Alright, so every bag of balls, we gotta like divide by 2 or something, right? That's what they're asking me to do. Wait, is this the official riddle definition? A question or statement intentionally phrased so as to require ingenuity in ascertaining its answer or meaning, typically presented as a game. Sounds a lot like LeetCode. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it does, Q. Maybe you're right. Alright, so 4. I guess that means I'm thinking of a heap, and that's it. So 4 times we gotta pop something off the top of the heap, the largest number, we divide it by 2, and we put those 2 pieces back in. So it'd be 2, I mean, this 8 turns into 2 4s, and then we got 3 4s at the top, and we split those, and then we get 2s. Yeah, that's how I'm going to do it, man. So here we go. Let's make a priority queue. Priority queue. I think we can just use the regular one. And then I'm going to put everything in the priority queue. And then now I'm going to pop k times, or max operations time. So the top of the priority queue is this. And then I divide it by 2. And then I get the 2 halves. And then I push them back in. And then what? Oh, and then I have to the appendices the maximum number of balls in a bag. Then I return the PQ top. That's what I think this problem is. But who knows, man? Come on. Is zero track an effective way to train? I think it is, but not in the beginning. Oh, I didn't pop it, man. I think in the beginning, you gotta do all the topics to build your foundation. And then after, zero track is only, I think, once you expose yourself to some of those topics. Hold on here. So 9, 2 operations. So I got 9, and then it goes into 5 and 4, and then I take. Oh, so this isn't always the case. Like in this one, we could take 3 and 6. And then 3 and 3 and 3. Dang. Alright, let me give it some more thoughts. I should have probably tried it on example 1 before I implemented some junk like that. I was too quick. Hey, Abby001 Arts, what's happening? Welcome. How are you doing? Alright, let me remove that unpinned message. Oh, so how the hell do I know how to break these balls down, man? When did I solve this? 4 years ago, right. Dang, I was good back then. Now I suck. I wonder if we can binary search on the answer, where we're guessing what the maximum thing can be, and then we'll figure out if it's possible. So if we guessed 4, or if we guess 2 is the minimum penalty, how can we prove that we can make it happen? Because if we took 9, What's the max operations they say? 1,000,000,000. Alright, maybe that's a hint for me. That means... That means I gotta chunk operations, man. I can't just iterate through each operation. I need to take a bunch of them at once. Man, I've gotten so bad at LeetCode, I think. Do you love coding? I don't know if I love it, but it's alright. Like, how do you know break this up into 6 and 3? What's my target when I'm trying to split? I would think dividing it by 2 is the best, but apparently it's not. But dividing by 2 works here. Maybe it has to do if it's odd or even. So if it was 8, what's the best thing? It would be to split 2, 4 and 2. Wait, 4 and 2 doesn't work. 4 and 4, my bad. And then it would be 4, 2, 2. Or is there a better way to do something like 5 and 3? And then, yeah, 2, 3 and 3. Too tired, gotta get some sleep. Subs, have a good night, man. Thank you very much for tuning in. And why did I choose to code? Because I thought it would make me some money to learn how to code. And I guess I spend a lot of time on the computer anyways, so I thought, why not try it? Man, so this one is... I don't know how to solve this one, man. And it's not great because I've solved it in the past. Oh, championship race time. Type Blazer championship race. In 2 minutes or so. Wait, am I targeting the square root, man? Instead of maybe that's what I need. Instead of half. I don't know why I'm thinking half. No, that's not it either. Man, why? Wait, let me do this championship race. Hold on, I got 30 seconds. Hey, Blink, what's happening? I got an intern. I'm going to grind LeetCode now for fall intern. Yeah, that's the way, man. You got to grind. Gots to grind, man. Alright, 10 seconds. Where's the problem I was working on? I lost it, man. Stop tracking after 1,003 automated online assessments, no callbacks. Dang. This was a cold email to one of the recruiters I met at a hackathon. They pushed my application forward, barely got the role just before summer. Congrats, man. Very nice. I was looking away, I missed the race. Yeah, Q. It happens, man. I miss them all the time. I'm confused if I should take up coding or something else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. What would you take up besides coding? What are your options? Alright, so why would 9... Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of... Six. Oh, maybe I gotta do like a ceiling. I'm not sure, man. Alright, this problem's too hard. Everything's too hard for me these days. I'm now pro at using AI coding tools. Simon asked me anything. Thanks to school, I have access to most of the models for free. Question is, if not coding... Wait, don't do coding now. It's too saturated. Hard to find jobs. That's what somebody says. I don't know if I share that same opinion, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to advise anyone right now. And I don't know what you'd do. Like, what's a good alternative to coding for me? I can't think of anything else, at least at my age. Maybe I'll go be a farmer, but I think I'm a terrible farmer, man. I don't think anything would survive. Pharmacy or med school? I don't know if I'd want to do that. Law? I mean, aren't you afraid of the same things happening to those industries? It's only inevitable if it, like, I don't know if you're worried about AI making our jobs a little obsolete or something. Anyways, or if you're just saying it's too saturated in coding. Man, I'm gonna see what I did on this problem 2 years ago or 4 years ago. Binary searched it, man. It's crazy. But how do I validate that it is good? No. Oh, this is crazy, man. So I see how many operations it takes to get a certain number broken down below that max size. Interesting. It was binary search. Tough for me to see that these days. Goes to school for something where you're guaranteed a job. Man, I don't think there's any guarantees anywhere, man. When I went to school, people are saying it's guaranteed that you're gonna get a job. And nobody got a job when I graduated. Wait, what do you call a can opener that doesn't work? Who knows, man? Cannot opener. I get to phone screen and almost always get dropped first round. I'm assuming it's because I'm a junior. What do you mean the phone screen? What type of phone screen? Do you mean an interviewer, like technical interviewer phone screen? Or do you mean a recruiter call talking about your experience and stuff? If it's just the recruiter call, maybe you should work on like sounding good, you know. If it's a technical thing, then maybe you gotta work on LeetCoding or your coding, whatever the technical round is. But there are right and wrong things to say in the recruiter call for sure. No recruiter call, I've only made it to an actual technical twice. And that's why you could, like the technical phone screen. Damn, you got it? Wait, that was it? Cannot opener? Alright. Should I try and solve this problem even though I just looked at my solution? No, I don't think so. Anyways, I don't know what to do. 11 p.m. Do I gotta stay until midnight? I'm pretty tired, man. I've been getting too tired these days. I can't make it until midnight. Olgo Dev, thank you very much for the raid. What's happening, man? I didn't know you're a streamer, man. Hey, what's poppin', everyone from the raid? Hello, my name is Midnight Simon. We're doing a little bit of LeetCoding. I'm pretty rusty, but it's always good to practice, you know. Hamster Hammer, welcome to the party. Besides LeetCode, sometimes I do a little bit of vibe coding, and I've been working on TypeBlazer. Maybe we can run one right now. What language for LeetCode? I use C++ for LeetCode. All right, this is like my projects that I spent maybe 3 months working on this thing, man. Nice keycaps. I have Godspeed ones too. Nice. Yeah, I have a few other GMKs, but I don't even know where they are, man. Some boxes somewhere. Anyways, what were you guys up to, man? Were you coding stuff? Chilling? Playing something? Dang, Q is too fast for us. We're working on some pixel art. Like for a game, I like pixel art stuff, man. I don't know how people do pixel art stuff though. Sarah's type blazing. Is that you, guest shark? Oh look, here's a screenshot. Dang, missed it. I saw a bug I was trying to take a screenshot of. It's a lot of work. I work on my game on stream, pixel art and coding with C# in, how do you say that, man? Is it Godot or is it Godot? Dang, 3 stream streak. Thank you very much. I'm a game maker studio guy. What does that mean? Hey, I'll go dev. Are you like a professional game dev? Oh, Godot. Well, I guess the ads, so you can't hear my questions anyways. Godot. Game Maker Studio is a game engine for 2D games. Oh dang! All right, let's do one more race. Ricky Wong is here. Ricky Wong is here to kick our asses. Alright, Ricky Wong, first place. Easy work. I have a funny story about typing. I'm trying to learn the model with Blender for low poly 3D stuff. How's that going, Q? Alright, here's the bug. The third place looks like it's gold, like first place, you know, like that color, the highlight. The creator of Godot says you can pronounce it however you like, but also he says he took the name from a play, Waiting for Godot, which is pronounced Godot. I see. It's gonna take me forever to learn Blender. How many hours do you think you put in, Q? And how good do you think you are? Are you like super newbie right now? I was doing a call center interview and they required a typing test. I got 60 WPM, but my errors dropped it down to 0. She said, I've never seen that before, so I guess we have to end the interview here. Wait, what do you mean, man? Dropped it down to 0? Hey, that's... I personally think if you are a software engineer, it's in your best interest to type somewhat fast. I'd say at least 70 WPMs, man. Like, because man, if you roll up into an interview and you have to type on a computer and you're doing like 45 WPMs or 30 WPMs and you're pecking with 2 fingers, the people interviewing you are gonna be like, man, does this person really spend a lot of time coding or what, you know? I only got 45 WPMs. Yeah, all right. But maybe this isn't your native language or something. So it's not like everybody should type fast. But if English is your native language and you're typing in English and you're doing a WPM test and it's real bad, I don't know if that's a great look for you in a dang career that requires you to type on the keyboard a lot. I don't think it's that crazy of an opinion to say that you're being judged by how fast you type, you know? Maybe not by everyone, but for some people for sure. Some crazy good LeetCoders type really slow, yeah? Wait. Wait, who types really slow? I don't know if any of them I've seen type that slow. Vibe coding, no problem, yeah. I was done at that point. I went back to cellular tech support. I just switched to a glove 80 and I'm struggling to do 50. Dang. But alright, if you switch to a new keyboard, you're allowed to like drop your WPMs, but you gotta train them back up, man. You gotta train them back up. Anyways, all right, we gotta do some LeetCode, but I don't know what to do. Every problem I try is too hard for me. All right, one more random. 1789. Most cost for cutting cake, part 2. I've already solved it. When? 2 years ago. And it's a hard problem. Oh man. We can try it. Hey, Leet Whale, what's happened? How you doing? We're about to try this problem. Let me link it. New keyboard definitely makes a difference. Wait, I type much faster and more accurately on my laptop keyboards than I do on my new low-free 84. I like the MacBook keyboards a lot. I think that's the only laptop keyboard I think is really good. Shift on my thumb is weird. Man, all them crazy keyboards are weird. I don't even know what the low-free is, man, but I guess it's like a TKL, or what is that, a 75%? I don't know what an 84 is. That I don't know, man. I decided to leave customer service for game art and design degree back in 2007 to 2010. I now have visual effects credits in movies and TV shows. That's pretty cool, man. Can you talk more about like which movies? You don't have to say who you are or anything, but maybe what movies you worked on or TV shows you worked on. Maybe we've seen some of them. Have you tried ThinkPad laptops? No. I have a MacBook for work and Surface laptop for personal. That's ballin', man. Isn't a Surface laptop crazy expensive? Yes, you have a MacBooks are crazy expensive too. Alright, should I attempt this problem right now? Or should I try and solve? No, I'm gonna attempt this problem. Wait, I've been unemployed for 3 years. Hollywood crash with the writers and actors strikes. Dang. I don't know too much about like this stuff, but I remember hearing about some strikes going on or whatnot. Surface is probably less than yeah, but a Surface is like it's kind of like a tablet though, right? That's an expensive tablet. All right, let me read this problem real quick. There's an M by N cake that needs to be cut into 1 by 1 pieces. You're given M, N, and 2 arrays. Horizontal cuts of size M-1, where each element represents the cost to cut along the horizontal line I, and vertical cuts, where each thing represents cost to cut along the vertical line J. In one operation, you can choose any piece of cake that is not yet a 1 by 1 square and perform one of the following cuts. Cut along a horizontal line at cost of that, or a vertical line at cost of that. After the cut, the piece of cake is divided into 2 distinct pieces. The cost of a cut depends only on the initial cost of the line and does not change. Return the minimum total cost to cut the entire cake into 1 by 1 pieces. What they asking me to do, man? So horizontal cuts. So if I cut one in the middle, that's I do that one first because I'm having a hard time following the question, let alone solving. Yeah, so yeah, I don't quite follow it either, but I guess this picture helps clarify it for me. Because we have the choices, we can either like cut horizontally first and then cut like the pieces vertically, or vertical, horizontal, or some weird combination, right? So there are, it's a lot of cuts. 100,000 n by n. Do I want to cut? Man, I've solved this. So this one, they cut the vertical one first because that's most expensive. And then now they gotta cut those horizontal lines, one each. Man, how do I do this? Give it some more thoughts. I think I'm really losing my LeetCode abilities, man. I ran a volumetric capture team for Netflix. We worked on a lot of DC movies. The Batman, The Flash, Black Adam, Aquaman 2, Netflix shows One Piece, Yu Yu Hakusho, Senna, and Avatar, The Last Airbender show. I also did some motion capture cleanup on Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire. Dang, that's a lot of stuff you worked on. Pretty cool. Does that mean you've met some of those famous people or what? Man, that sucks that you can't like find work or anything. I don't know if that's maybe you're taking a break or if you've been trying or what, but still. 17 years in customer service motivated me to do something different. I see. All right. I'm trying to think, how do we solve this problem? All right, let me look at this. So horizontal cut and then two of those. It's more how and how much should I understand coding before deciding should I continue or do something else? Man, I think it's pretty difficult to tell you, like, how do you know if you want to be a coder or if you want to do something else? I think it depends how old you are, what you think your strengths are in. Like, if you've been in school, if you're trying to figure out what to major in and you've already finished high school, but maybe you failed every single math and science class, but you got crazy grades in like other classes, I'd say maybe you should reconsider programming if you struggle with those logic classes or something, man. But if you like that type of stuff, I think it's a good signal that you'll do well in programming. I don't think it always translates like that, you know, but I think if you're good in math, if you're good in like the sciences, those types of stuff, maybe you might be good at programming too. Computer science is a branch of mathematics. I didn't know that. It's never too late. I went back to college at age 37. I'm 55 now. I've been trying to find work, but I think my age is hindering me, hitting ageism with every app. So I'm a full-time game dev now. How do they know how old you are, man? I guess based on the years that you put on your resume, like you went to school during this time or whatever. Or maybe when you go to interview, maybe can dye hair, roll up, put some makeup on, grow a full beard. Yeah, just dye everything, man, when you roll up to the interview. And dress young. And see if they can pick up on it. Forcing going to school for AI. Definitely never too late. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if I could go back to school at my age, but if I went back to school, I think I would do a lot better than I did when I was younger, only because I don't, I'm not as irresponsible. I'm 17. Do you like computers? Do you like, I actually don't even know how to recommend coding to somebody, but I think if you're naturally curious, if you like technology, if you have like a logical type mind, like good in the maths and sciences, then maybe it is probably a nice career. All right, this problem, man. You think it's greedy? I think something to do with like you want to make the big cuts first. Because you make them, and then no. You only, the earlier you do them, the less cuts you have to do for the big ones, right? But I don't know how to calculate things. Sort of do the big ones first. Yeah. So if I hit 5, and then for every vertical cut you do, you got to do double the amount of horizontal cuts. So 5, and then now 1 plus 1, that's 7, and then 6, that's 13. Yeah, I'm not too sure either, TLB miss, but that's what I'm thinking as well. So this one, you hit 7 first, and then you see 4 and 4. So 7 plus 8 is 15. But is that it? Should we just try that, man? I think we can try that. That company no longer exists in that capacity. Sadly, Verizon killed our tech support contract in the stores. I got laid off 9 months before I graduated with my degree, but it's okay. I have several irons in the fire working for myself. Very good. Wait. An artist. Interesting. Hey, Hamster Hammer. You're an artist? Like pixel graphics artist and stuff? How much time does it take to do, like, I don't know, say one 2D character pixel art to draw somebody? I don't know what you need. You need like all the animations or something for pixel art. Does it take, what size? Shit, I don't even know what sizes they come in, man. What's standard size? Like 64 by 64, 128? I'm just curious, like how long it takes to make a character. Is it like an all-day thing, a 1 week thing, a weekend thing, a 1 month thing, a 10-minute job? You know. All right, let me try to. What are we doing? Sorts. So I sort that one and the vertical one, and we're sorting them with the biggest elements in the beginning and the smallest elements in the end. I can show you my trailer for my ethereal game. Yeah, sure, I'll take a sneak peek, but I guess you're gonna tell me how long it took you to make those art things. I've been somewhat interested in game dev recently, even though I don't think I'll attempt to make any traditional games for now. But one day in the future, maybe far away from now, I would probably like to make a game. Alright, but if there's a tie, how do I know? Like, if both cost the same, which one would I cut? Wait, let me think actually. Instead of doing it like that, maybe I make a priority queue. The largest cuts on the top. Alright, Time Laser is sort of a game if you squint hard enough. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. This is 8.5 months of work, but a lot of that is trying to figure out programming. Do I DM? Wait, do you want it to be private, or do you mind if we watch it? You can post links in chat here. I'm probably just gonna skim through it though. I'll watch it here. I'll skim through it. I want to see what those characters look like. It's a minute long. Dang, I don't know if I have an attention span for a full minute, but I'm gonna try. So this took, but you said this is mainly you trying to figure out programming though. So like, all right, how long would it take to make that little character though? And all those running animations and stuff. Just that one onion looking guy, or guy with the ponytail. Not long. Hey, I like this art. Looks pretty cool though. What's not long though, man? Not long could be like 10 seconds, or it could be 10 days. It's very Zelda-like, huh? Very good. Coming soon. I think building game is different. The constructing an engine to... Wait, what? Wait, what was the problem I was working on? Can probably write as a function. How do you minimize this? Yeah, TLV miss. I don't know, but I've solved this problem in the past, man. So, um, let me try. Let me try this thing where I use the priority queue. Um, wait, it's spring 2026 already? Yeah. Past time was pre-AI though, yeah. I'm assuming the character design ideation is quite long though. Yeah. Who knows? Alright, what are we trying to do? It's not an int. It is a cost and type. So, I guess which one is all right? Horizontal is 0. So if cost times vertical cut. Oops. Is that what we're about to do, man? It feels not right. But we'll see. Come on. Click the wrong button. I'd say I can crank out a game character in a day or two, depending on how many animations. That main character is 16 by 16 with 4 directions, 4 frames of run animations, 4 idle animations, 4 attack, 4 death, use talk, etc. I think maybe a week or so total. Dang, that is a lot longer than what I thought when he said not long, man. Wait. Alright, let me see. Every horizontal cut would cause vertical and of cuts go +1 and vice versa. Right, right. Wait, what is going on? What are you talking about? Man, if this is the answer, it's like a fake hard problem, man. It's a fake hard. The hard label on that scared me. I should have known because the 0 track rating is pretty low. Yeah, TLV miss. It's a fake hard, man. Don't get psyched out by it. So, I guess our idea worked, man. All right, what now? Should I make it all the way to midnight, or is it time for me to end early so that I can go to bed? Let me see. You gotta live up to your name. I'm Midnight Simon because by midnight I'm sleeping. That's what it is, man. That's why they call me that. maybe. Yeah, I've been thinking about changing my schedule. Not my algorithm schedule. My algorithms streams will always be the same time, I think. Waste of bed meaning you should be a politician? No, what are you talking about, man? I've been thinking about changing my daytime stream time because it's like right in the middle of peak hours for vibe coding. You know, it's like when the token limits are the worst is the times I stream. So it's like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. But anyways, I don't think I have any more brain juice to do any more LeetCode right now. You should align your stream to best align with your AI costs. Yeah, maybe. I'll think about it. And see. But right now, I think I like my routine, man. I like the times, but I just don't like how quick my limits get eaten up by. Alright. Hot latte ice. Or anybody else doing LeetCode? Wait, the time of day affects usage allowances? Yeah. The time is from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time is peak session usage or whatever, peak anthropic hours. Just like my electric, yeah, it's kind of like electric bill. I like to double my time to complete because that leaves room for changes and problems. Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess that's a good, good way to plan work. You double up the time. Anyways, I think that's it for me tonight, man. I gotta go. I gotta go chill. No more brain juice. So we're gonna go raid hot latte ice Americano. He's got the Herman Miller chair. And he's got fancy stuff, man. He's got the same color Herman Miller. Oh, it's not here. I forgot I have a different chair, but my Herman Miller upstairs, same color, man. Maybe I should vibe code at D1 hours then, or hear me out. Schedule prompts in advance. Yeah, maybe. Under promise, over deliver. I gotta get better at that. I over promise and under deliver usually. Alright, everybody. I didn't make it to midnight again. It's been a struggle lately, but I've been doing a lot, man. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, early in the morning, perhaps, for vibe coding. And Hamster Hammer, thank you for telling us about everything you're working on. Interesting stuff, man. Always like hearing from people with crazy experience like you. Hey, Zen Logic, thank you very much for the Prime. I'll put your name on the website right now. Let me cancel this raid, man. Cancel this raid real quick. I gotta put your name up there. Zen Logic. Thank you so much, Zen Logic. Really appreciate that. Oh shucks. All right. Back to the back to the raid. Anyways, we're about to go raid this guy. I think this guy lives in Taiwan and he's practicing LeetCode. And I'm going to Taiwan in less than a month. I'll be going to Taiwan. I'm going on my big journey. 6 weeks I'll be away, starting sometime early May until end of June, and I'll start streaming again in July. So I'll be away for the whole month of May, whole month of June, man. I'm going to be going to Taiwan, Korea, and Japan. And I can't wait. I've been trying to tell you guys every stream that I'm going, just to let y'all know. Leet Whale. Anyways, Hamster Hammer. Adios, amigo. Thank you very much for tuning in. Q Ultimus. See you later. Background Store 444. Leet Whale. I already said Leet Whale, but I'm saying it again. Q Ultimus. Have a good night. Zen Logic, Jest, everybody who's lurking. I'm a NB. See you next time. Everybody from YouTube. Abor Arts. See you next time. Thank you for tuning in. TLB Miss. Thank you very much for tuning in also. See you guys tomorrow.